Yo, what's up guys, it's Skills. In today's video, you saw it in the title and thumbnail. Now, since the game has been out for 2 months on global side of Grand Cross, I really want to talk about this topic that I'd like to know that this is something that you guys should know beforehand, because this is something that you should get ready for and what to expect for future banners, speculations, and what's going to happen most likely for Grand Cross. Now, this isn't guaranteed or confirmed any kind of information, but just know that this is what I do want to talk about when it comes to these banners. Now, like I said before, you shouldn't follow exactly what JP does when it comes to global Grand Cross, but I do want to talk about the banners that have been on schedule. So with how Grand Cross is doing it for global side, it's a little weird, but we're just gonna go ahead with it and run with it. So shout out to GC Database. They made a huge past banner, I guess like data itself, to show like what units have came out in specific dates. Like, this is a huge thing. Like, this is very informational, very nice looking and everything too. Basically, it's kind of hard to put in words, but it breaks down what stuff came out and what to expect. Now, when you look at this whole banner stuff right here, you're going to see the 7 Festival banner had just came out for Grand Cross, Global Grand Cross. I don't know why I keep on saying Grand Cross, but global version. Basically, that just came out, and then after that banner, it was Escanor, right? So, as you see, this banner was in July. Escanor for the green one didn't come out much later, right? Like, a huge difference in the time frame, right? You can see from July all the way until September. That's very long compared to when Escanor came out for global version. And all these units that you see, like, there's so many units that they like. Well, obviously there's a couple units right here that you're gonna see that they didn't bring out just because they haven't really talked about it yet. And I'm not sure if it's confirmed 100% if this is going to be coming out, but the slime units are like in the scheduling for how JP did it. So if the global version follows through, then these 3 units will be coming out, and I do want to talk about them as well, because there's one unit that does come out with them, which it's gonna be good to get it anyway, but she's not really as good as her counterpart whenever it comes out. But if we talk about these units, a lane green one has already been out since I think not day 1, but she was out very early for the global version. Gallon is already out. Red Arthur, it has been out since I think day 1, honestly. The blue Arthur, the SR1, we already have, so we're good with that. Elizabeth right here, the blue one, she just came out, and this was a 100-day release on JP. So global has only been out for 2 months, so that's only 60 days around there, I guess, if you say it that way. Yeah, 60 days actually. So she came out 40 days early on global, so you can see that, and she is a step up banner, so she's good if you want to rush in PvP and get high up there. If you run the right team, she can be very helpful for that way. I made a video earlier yesterday, I guess, for whenever I upload this. I did make a video if you guys want to check that out. She's very good to help. She's a really good support unit, so you definitely want to check that out. But you see that Escanor came out after her, but you can see that global did it before, so it's like they're doing completely different stuff, so you have to realize that. Meliodas was out, the red one. This is the red Meliodas for the I guess it's the Halloween with the lane. All this stuff I don't think we're gonna get anytime soon, but if we do, it's whenever that happens. I guess it'd be Halloween based. But for the other units, when you see like Gila, Deanne, this Deanne, green Deanne, I hope we see sometime soon. She's really good for defensive unit, so she'd be good for PvP as well. But around this time, whenever Chapter 8 was updated, this is when Training Cave came out. Now the thing is, Training Cave is not out yet, and I will make a video on basically how to grind out Training Cave, because that's very important. But you're gonna see all this listing. It's very different, and basically what this is about is what future units you should expect and to save for, in my opinion. So the first units we're gonna talk about, since this is what I guess will be coming up soon, will be the slime units. So Rimuru, this Rimuru, it will be on a banner, as well as it will most likely have a coin shop version as well, so you can get it through the coin shop. So if you want to get that unit, you can. This unit itself is not that great, realistically. I have made a video on them before, I think maybe like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks at most. You guys want to check that out, you guys can. The unit itself, it can grant debuff immunity, so that's not bad. And then it can heal its own HP at the start and the next turn, so it can be self-sufficient on how you use it. And then it also for rank 2 and 3 can taunt, so it basically makes you focus on getting hit. So that's actually really helpful sometimes. So that could be pretty decent, but I mean that's not gonna really do that much compared to the other units. But if we talk about if we have to talk about Ayuana card, I guess this rupture is a 2 times damage against buffed enemies. So you have to get, you know, an enemy that's buffed themselves up, compared to if it was a debuff, it'd be different. If this was a I think what weak point, yeah, weak point would be very good, but that's just a really good thing for units that have weak point. Then ultimate, it just cancels buffs and stances. Same thing like Meliodas. It's the same exact style for Meliodas, so keep in mind that that's just how this unit works. And then it also stuns. Not bad. Increases defense related stats by 8% if the hero takes damage. Limit 5 times. So it can, I guess it can stack up 5 times. So that's pretty good for that. It can be a pretty defensive unit. When you look at the unit rating though, it's really not much there. It's really not doing much there. So like I said, the unit is decent. So this is more for collecting based, so we're gonna skip that one. Millium is my favorite though. Millium is actually really good. She does a lot of damage. Now the reason why is because she has a spike, and spike is a 2 times crit damage increase, and the other I guess Jericho's ultimate does have that. So if you've noticed that whenever you use Jericho, she has it in her ultimate, and that's the reason why she does so much damage. So keep that in mind. The next unit, or not next unit, but the next part about this unit is going to be her second skill. Her second skill itself is going to allow you to disable ultimate moves. So basically, if you're about to get ultimate, or someone's about to get their ultimate, she allows you to disable that, which is very helpful in my opinion, because if the enemy's close to like 4 ultimate gauge orbs, this can stop that, and at least gives you a turn or 2 at most to you know, reset them and try to get them away from their ultimate, which can be very helpful. Her ultimate is detonate, which is a 15% additional damage per orb in the target's ultimate move gauge orb. So if she has like all 5, she's going to do a lot of damage, and that's against all enemies, so she's really good on that. She increases crit damage by 8% per skill used by the hero, so the more she uses, the more crit damage she'll do, which is why she's my favorite out of these all. And then you can see this is her rating for the chart. So that's my favorite so far out of those units. Benimaru, he's decent. His weak point is the same thing as Jericho, just not as much damage, so just keep that in mind. Then his second skill is going to be a defense related stats. He decreases all those for enemies by 30 or 40% for 3 turns or 2 turns, which can be good if you want to last in the long run, especially defense related stats is very nice. His ultimate decreases skill ranks and depletes ultimate move gauge orbs. It's the same way with Green Elaine. She does the same exact thing essentially with her I think it's second skill. I think it's second skill, or it might be first skill, but she does that, which is very helpful. So just keep that in mind. But these units, I mean, look, on paper his skills synergize well with each other, but in actual battle he does not bring too much onto the table in terms of damage in PvP. The defense related stats decrease is nice, but not good enough. As weak point damage do more damage in Crimson Deathmatch, he is usable but easily replaced with Coin Shop Demon Meliodas. So like I said, he's not the best in this game, but he can be, I guess, decent to help in certain areas. So you can see he's good for Crimson and somewhat in Red. He increases the hero's damage by 3% per skill used for his passive though. So I guess after, I mean, 3% is not a lot, so I can't really say too much to that. It's more just you have to try him out, but he's not good at all. So for all the slime units, really, the slime units, like I said, these three, it's Rimuru, Lilia, not Lilia, Rimuru, Millium, and Benimaru, and then there's a slime, Rimuru, Slimeru. Not really the greatest. We're not even going to talk about that unit. Those units, if you really want to collect them and you don't want to miss them, I would summon for that, because they don't come back, or they haven't came back so far yet on JP. So global wise, I don't think they'd come back anyway, but if they did, you know, whatever, just if you wanted them, then go for them. I personally probably will go for them for the collection base. Like I said, gacha games, I collect them. If I'm going to collect them all, then I need to summon for everything I need to summon for. So I'm going to summon for them if I do need to, but after that, I'm just going to save my gems until the newer units that come out. Now, the ones that you need to focus on realistically, because every other unit that will come out will most likely be put into other banners that you can get them from. For example, Green Elaine, well, obviously you can get her from the coin shop. Gallon, Blue Gallon is going to be on literally any banner that you see. Red Arthur, you can get coin shop, or he's going to be on a banner. Blue Arthur, he's gonna be on the banner as well. Elizabeth, Blue Elizabeth will be on any banner that comes out. Nunchuck Bond, the red one, he's already out. You'll get him easily from any other banner, if anything. Escanor is the only one that won't be on every single banner, but he will be a unit that you will most likely get later on when he comes back again. So don't worry too much if you didn't pull him. He will be back out sometime soon. Green DN, she's good for a defensive unit as well. She's good for PvP because she's basically a unit that you have to focus on, because I think she has her own taunt built into her, or I might be mistaken on that, but she's very good for PvP. But she's basically gonna be taken out of meta really fast out of that. So I think that's just a unit that you would most likely skip. These units are the units that came out for Halloween, so we're not even gonna talk about that because they're not even gonna be out anytime soon, I think. But after the slime banners, if they do come out sometime soon in global, I'm expecting Blue Lilia to come out. The reason why is because Blue Lilia is the next, I guess, biggest banner to come out, and the thing is, she is a step up banner. So the same way that you're seeing on the Blue Elizabeth right now on global is the same exact banner that's going to be like for Blue Lilia. And Blue Lilia is disgusting. Now this is a guaranteed banner that you get. This unit is a guaranteed unit when you summon all of the full steps. I believe there's going to be up, I think it's like 270 or 290 gems at most for this unit. And I'm telling you right now, this unit is going to be the best unit to have for pierce rating units because of her passive. Her passive increases all allies' pierce rates by 50% of the value of the hero's pierce rate. A lot of the units that will be doing a lot of damage, there's one specific unit we're going to talk about that does the most insane damage, and they're like literally best friends to each other. You have to have them together on the team. If you don't have Blue Lilia, right, this unit right here, the next unit we're going to talk about is not really going to be as helpful, but it's still a unit you're going to want. So do not worry about that. Even if you don't pull this Lilia, you will have a chance to pull her on other original character banners, because she is an original character made by the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, I guess, developers. So they made this unit by themselves. So if she doesn't come out, if she doesn't come out for a while, just wait, summon for her when she does. This is a must-have unit. If there's any unit in this game you want, this is the unit. So to talk about her real quick, she attacks all units, right, which is very, very good. But the thing is, she can, as a 2-star and 3-star, she takes away ulti gauge move orbs, right? So this is basically doing the job of Merlin, right? And she does a lot of damage from that. But to know this, she takes away ultimate move gauge orbs, right? She takes away those, as well as she's a healer, which is why she's so good, right? So she heals herself, she heals the whole team, right? And she removes debuffs. So she's doing King's job and Merlin's job together as one unit, which is very crazy to me. And she's just disgusting because of that. Another thing is her ultimate. She decreases skill ranks and depletes the ultimate move gauge orbs, right, by the number of skills she decreases. So in PvP, geared, ungeared, anything like that, passive, like this is where her passive is. She is perfect for this whole setup. So PvP based, she's amazing. Now, the reason why she's really good as well is because of her passive itself. This passive is so crazy that it's just very, very helpful for units that are going to have a lot of pierce rating, which it's based on the hero's pierce rate itself. So if the hero has, 50% pierce rating, then this unit's going to give the extra 50%, and that's a full 100%, right? Now, not saying that that's going to do full on 100% and it's going to do damage like crazy, but it helps a lot for their pierce rating. So Lilia, must-have unit. If she's coming out sometime soon, right, even after the slime units, if you do not care for summoning for those units and you don't care for your full box to be full, skip these units. Do not go for the slime units. Do not go for any of these units, right? Lilia, Green Lilia, sure, you can go for her, but she will be back into other banners because she's an original character. There's a green one and there's a blue one right here. The green one will be back in original banners, so you don't have to worry about that. But it's up to you on if you want these units. But the blue one, do not skip at all. Go for her. Promising you now, she is going to be insane. Now, the reason why she's going to be insane is because this demon Meliodas is disgusting. The reason for this is because of his pierce rating. So, now one thing to note is that this first skill attack has pierce rating damage, which is a 3 times pierce rate increase. So when you have Lilia's passive working with this unit, and this unit has a 40% pierce rate already, you're gonna see why this disgusting man is crazy. This boy is insane with this card. So that's why they're best friends right next to each other. So just keep that in mind. So if you're gonna go for blue Lilia, you cannot miss this blue Demon Melly. Like, do not miss this Demon Melly. Like, seriously. His second skill, it's not really the craziest thing, but it can actually help you in the long run based off what it does. It inflicts corrosion damage, right? So that can be either 2 turns, 3 turns for this unit. 20%, 15%, whatever. Corrosion is additional damage at the end of every turn, so it slowly takes away health, you know, at each turn, which can be helpful because it can do a lot of damage. Actually, I've seen like this do like 20,000, 30,000, like really fast, which is really good. His ultimate is a weak point, so you already know he's gonna do a lot of damage there, so you don't have to worry about that at all. And then he is, like I said, when it comes to this unit, recommended usage, he is one of the best AoE units when paired with blue Lilia. Perfect. That's all you need to know. Do not even worry about it. Spam this first skill like crazy. Just spam it, spam it, spam it. You're gonna do so much damage. PvP, disgusting. Look at this unit. PvP, PvE, everything. Blue Meliodas is disgusting. If not the best unit in this game, I don't know who else would be. Just if you have blue Lilia. If you have blue Lilia, if you're farming, he's still good with that blue Lilia, right? But it's ideal to be with her. His passive is when the hero has 4 or less ultimate move gauges orbs, the hero's attack skills cannot be disabled. This unit on PvP will help you like crazy. So keep that in mind. Number 1 unit to go for is going to be Lilia, and well, I guess about number 2 units, two units together basically. Lilia and Demon Melly. 100% go for those units when they come out. Now I do want to talk about this unit. I didn't expect her to be as good as what she was. So this unit is crazy actually when you think about it. She is going to be so good for PvP, right? Is because of her passive, and 2, because she decreases defense related stats as well as I believe attack related stats. Yeah, so attack related stats as well. So basically she's going to take away your enemies full on like everything, right? So she's going to be very helpful for this. So defense related stats taken away. Then you have a unit like Escanor, for example, that would just one-shot units because their defense is busted completely, like completely gone. So that's good to know because it takes away defense, resistance, and crit defense, because it's all defense related stats, which you're going to be discussing with Escanor on the team because Escanor is a one-shot killer, bro. It's crazy. Then this unit, again, can also take away attack related stats, so meaning attack, pierce rate, crit chance, and crit damage. This basically means that this unit is essentially what I would say is the counter to Demon Melly and blue Lilia in my opinion, just because you can take away all those stats from them. But it's more you just have to try it out and see how it goes, which Valenti is very good for PvP. I think she comes out much later. Yeah, she drops like, especially, okay, after all these units that come out, Monspeed as a skip, Death Pierce, we've already gotten in global. That would have been a skip anyway, in my opinion. Dogetto, these 2 units were in Hawk Pass. You could easily get them if you bought them for $10. Just go ahead and do that stuff. But yeah, just don't worry about those. Meliodas, blue one, skip. Definitely skip. Fat King, the red one, I think he's actually good to use, and I believe it was, don't quote me on this, but if anyone remembers, I think it was on the Merlin raid. I think it was. I don't remember exactly, but I think Merlin was the good one for this. But without that, I could be wrong, or it could have been Gother. I don't remember. Anyways, Fat King, he's not really that great. Skip on him for sure. Valenti, I think if you play PvP, go for her. And for herself, she's very good for that because she's just good to take away stats completely. Forgot about her passive. She decreases all enemies' pierce rate by the value of the hero's resistance at the start of the battle. So assuming she takes away pierce rate by the value of the hero's resistance, right? So her resistance is already 20%. So she takes away 20% of the enemies' enemy's pierce rate. So yeah, technically she's essentially the counter to against, I guess, blue Lilia and Demon Melly. Essentially, I guess that's how you should look at her. So we're gonna go ahead and close her out just because for that reason, I guess that makes more sense to summon for her. She's a step up banner with Lilia. So if Lilia does come back that way, Valenti's banner just skyrockets in the value. So that's when you definitely need to summon for her. Gluxinia, I would skip because I don't think you're gonna really need her or need him. Sorry, not her. Merlin, the blue one, skip. Deldry, the red one, she's out for global now, but I wouldn't really go for her right now. I mean, it's up to you. However you want to do it, it's up to you. Arden, he's just an SR unit, skip. I mean, you're not going to really care for him. Blue Nunchuck Bond, I think he's already out in the game, so it don't matter. DN, green one, I don't remember which one this one is. I don't remember that one. But if we look at her real quick, the DNs, because I think there's a lot of DNs, I think. The green one... Oh, this, yeah, okay, this one, Holy Knight DN. She's not too bad, but I don't think she's worth it for spending gems on, really, when it comes to that. So we're just gonna go ahead and skip her for that. A lot red one, skip, honestly. Not gonna be used as much as you think you ever would. Now, this is where we're gonna start getting into the big boys. I know this video is getting really long, but I'd want to go ahead and get into it now. These are the main big units that you will definitely go for. And the next unit that everyone's been waiting for is Escanor. Escanor, Demon Melly, and Estarossa, and Darieri. Those are the main 4 units that you will be going for, just because that they are crazy for what they are. Escanor is insane because he just does a lot of damage. He's really, really crazy with that. He's really good for PvP, farming, everything. Like, this is an insane unit all around. He depletes ultimate move gauge orb, so he's doing Merlin's job already right there. And then his ultimate, as you guys know, the green one, it's the same thing, just crazy damage. His ultimate increases the HP, or not ultimate, his passive increases the HP related stats of the hero by 50% for 3 turns at the start of the battle. So he's just very good for that. Attack and defense, you're just gonna do a lot of damage. His amplify is a damage dealt plus 30% per active buff on self. So right on the start, he increases the HP related stats of the hero by 50%, right? So that's already a buff on himself, I believe. So that's already going to give him the extra boost. So 30% extra damage against, you know, any kind of enemy. That's just insane. And then obviously he takes away that move gauge orb. Very, very insane as well from the 2-star and 3-star, obviously. But for himself, he's just very, very good for that. And then his Pierce rating is at 80%. So, oh boy, this man is going to be crazy. Like, this unit with Blue Lilia, insane. Even the green one, I think, is really good as well for that. Now, the next unit is going to be Estarossa. This unit is crazy. The reason why is because this full counter. That's all you need to know. Full counter, full counter, full counter. Very, very good for this unit. And you'll see why whenever I do another showcasing one day with him as well. So yeah, full counter is the main user and you want to talk about him. I'll go more in depth with him once he does come out, but this unit himself is literally just full counter. So, the next, I guess the active after all that, I think the only unit that you would really want to have after any of those would be Darieri. Honestly, I don't know where she is right now. Right there, she's busted. This unit is busted. This is the LR in the game in my opinion. So the reason why is because this unit has the second skill right here where she increases her basic stats, which is HP, attack, and defense by 30% or 50% for 2 to 3 turns, and she evades when attacked for 1 turn. For even both of them. Like, that's crazy. Like, you can evade attacks like with this unit. It's insane. And what's crazy is that she stacks these up, so the more she does this injection, the more she's gonna do for damage. So the reason why is because her ultimate is an amplify, and that is basically insane because she does 30% plus damage per active buff on self. So if you use this card right here, she's giving herself so many buffs that it's going to do some crazy damage. Over 7 million damage can be done with this unit. Her first card skill itself is also a lot of damage as well. 600% of attack on one enemy, or 360 with the 2-star skill. Her passive increases attack by 10% when the hero uses the skills. The buff goes away when the skill or no skills used, so you want to use her skills every time. 10% buff from there, buffs from here, and then her ultimate just does insane damage. Like, this is the best unit in the game when it comes to doing damage, like, hands down, unless if you want to say Green Jericho, but this unit is disgusting. So that is the next unit that you would definitely want to save for when it comes to that. But after that, really all these other units that you're going to see, all these units will be most likely in their own banners or in future banners, like, you know, the generic banners or part 1 part 2 tickets or coin shop. That's literally all you need to know. Everything else are units that you can skip and just focus on you going for units that actually will be very, very viable and valuable and very useful. So just know that. Other units, Easton, Mono, these are original characters. I 100% agree on Easton. Easton is a 100% unit you definitely want. Mono, not as much really, but Easton's very, very fantastic. So definitely look out for that. Now, I don't want to say this right now, but if I really need to say this, there's a red Lost Bane Meliodas. I don't know if you guys have checked out my videos before, but that is one of the best units in the game, and that's probably the LR of this game, in my opinion. So yeah, I'll go in more depth whenever he comes out, but that unit is just busted. Like, definitely busted when it comes to that unit. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. I know it was really long. I don't even know if you guys did stand this long into the video, but this is just breaking down what units to focus on for the next future coming up for this, or near future for all these units. Definitely need to know what units you want to save for, or what units you want to, you know, just spend all your gems on. Like I said at the beginning of the video, summon for who you want. I don't think I said this, but summon for who you want, right? But if you really want to go with the proper way to save your gems and summon for the units you feel like it's going to be good for you, go for the units I just talked about in this whole video, because you're going to be very, very grateful for what you're summoning for, because these units are going to help you in the long run. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Drop a like if you guys did enjoy. If you guys need any kind of help, or you guys have any kind of questions, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, guys, and you guys found me somehow and you guys are still around, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, guys. Very appreciated. We're 16,000 subscribers deep, so definitely appreciate every single one of you who has subscribed to the channel. But yeah, this is going to do it for today's video, guys. Have a great day.